about defining your social media plan?
Yeah, really, when it comes to outlining your objectives, you really need to, do you want just more exposure? Do you want more likes? Do you want to be known as the person that is the source for just creative content that shows the behind the scenes? Like if you are a restaurant or if you're a gourmet ice cream maker, are you the person that is known for being out in the fields and getting local strawberries for for the ice cream that you're so well known for? So being able to kind of really define what your objectives are. Are you trying to promote an event? Are you trying to kind of immerse yourself within the community? So that's kind of, you need to figure out what your objectives are, and in most cases that's tied to your overall business objectives. So it's all part of that marketing plan that you develop.
We really want to spend some time on defining your target market. If you get anything out of this discussion, it's that. Because understanding your target market is the most important thing that you should learn from this, because who are they? Where do they sit? Like we talked about earlier. We were just talking to a client yesterday who does pies. And she's an amazing individual. And when we asked her what her target market, her answer wasn't really that clear. It's like anyone who buys pies. But within about 5 minutes, we distilled that to like, who's buying your pies? Oh, males. Guys are buying it. And the women aren't buying it. Because if women are involved, then it gets, they don't buy as fast, right? They're confused.
They told us the whole story of if men are approaching, they'll buy the pie. But if their wife is with them or their girlfriend, they'll have to get the buy-in from their significant other in order to make the purchase. And so it was obvious to us that it's the men being able to, whether it's Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, there's a big opportunity there.
So with that, within just a few minutes, she understood that, her target market is males, 35 and above. So now we know exactly who we're trying to market to. So now if we go to Facebook, LinkedIn, all these different places, we know they're male. We know they have to be local. We know where they are. Now we just got to figure out what marketplace are they, where are they going to? Are they going to fairs? Are they going to events? Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Do they watch Instagram? What is it?
Yeah, it's really all about figuring out within their daily routine, within their lifestyle, where they're going. Are they going to the gym? Are they going to movie theaters? Who are they interacting with? Where are they hanging out? And many times that comes into partnerships and being able to work with people that have a similar customer base that maybe are in a different region or in a whole different category, that we can kind of help each other out, whether it's through social media or email newsletters, whatever it might be. It kind of getting off on a tangent, but that's really plays a key part in developing a social media strategy, working with others to help you.
And it flows right into the next subject, which is develop a policy. I mean, it's really important that when you build your social media strategy, is that you have a policy in place so you know the rules of what you're going to engage with your target market.
Mm-hmm. Vitally important, because if you're known for the amazing visuals that you're able to present and kind of succinct messaging, and then all of a sudden you have somebody come in that's going to help you out, and all of a sudden they're very wordy, the photography is not that great, that's really going to be kind of a detriment to everything that you've built. So you really have to maintain the kind of the policies as to where you're going to post, what type of post, the language that you choose, the graphics, everything else that goes with that.
And some of the topics, right? Are you going to start posting about political issues? Are you going to start talking about those kinds of things? Because those could be pros, they could be cons.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And choosing the tools that you use, we're going to get into some of those in depth in just a little bit, but there's things like Buffer and Hootsuite and Canva and a variety of different websites and resources that you can use to really optimize your social media presence, because social media can be a full-time job, but it doesn't need to be. By using tools like these, you can actually kind of streamline your whole approach and actually find some time in the day to do the rest of your job and run your business.
Yeah, many of our clients are still using like Photoshop. It takes a long time to build an image. They actually hand type these things in. They're trying to spend at least an hour a day, which they don't need to spend that much time on their social media campaigns, if they do it right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the last thing that's really important is you need to understand what your capacity and commitment is, right? I think what the most important thing in doing any kind of social media campaign is being consistent, right? You don't want to do a bunch of posts on a Monday because you have some time and then not do anything for the rest of the week, and then the following week you do it on a Wednesday, you put a bunch of posts. The most important thing is to be consistent because your target market needs that consistency.
Mm-hmm. And it's also about finding out and figuring out when is your target market going to be online. Are they going to be on Instagram at between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. at night after a day's work and they actually are on the couch watching TV? Are they first thing in the morning, like many LinkedIn users, just before 9 a.m.? So it's really, if you're posting in the middle of the day and you're doing your 5 posts for the week, there's so many people that have maybe following 400 different businesses or entities, and you're going to be lost in that feed. Your target market's never going to find you.
Again, it's understanding your target market. Who are they? How much? Because again, guys might look, we know that they look at certain times of the day, especially for a business person, there's certain times of the day and night you look. Women are totally different. Women, typically 9 o'clock at night, sitting on the couch, looking at their Instagrams, hey, check this out, look at this, honey. Mm-hmm. So they have a different time that they're looking through social media. The other thing is understanding the feeds, and there's tools that'll help you understand all this, right? If I only, for example, in Instagram, if I have only connected with 3 or 4 people, right, then my feed in Instagram is only going to have very few images or things to look at. But if I've liked 40 people, right, and I have, that might be 200 feeds. So most people are going to look at their Instagram, they're going to pan through them and only look maybe 10 deep, and then start connecting the new ones. So it's fascinating to watch how people really use the tools.
Exactly.